Hey Money Bestie, how are you doing financially? I have this book with me. Today's topic is super important to me. It's on my heart, and I've realized in my DMs and the comments that you guys have made that money beliefs and money trauma is a real thing that we basically have to confront ourselves with. And today my mission is to help you start healing your money trauma, start thinking differently about money. For me, it took a couple of years. I will give my best to put this in a couple minutes for you to, take some out of it to change your financial situation. So the first thing that I did before we get into this is I recalled the first memory I have from my childhood about money, like a money experience or whatever it was. And so mine was, I was probably not even 10 years old. And I remember I was on a trampoline and I lost €1. I lost €1 and I could not get over it because that for me was the money to buy ice cream. Ridiculous, I know. But I felt this very intensely, and I remember how I felt back then. And so maybe recalling that first memory that you have can help you become aware of deep down how you feel and think about money. And so what I learned from recalling this memory for me was that I thought that money is scarce, and it's actually not. Money is everywhere, and if you provide value, you can get money for the value that you provide. And it doesn't even have to be money per hour. You can actually get paid for the value that you provide. Anyways, money is not scarce. It is everywhere around us. And I have this really weird thing that's just a recent thing actually. That is, when I walk through the streets and I see people, I see their bank balance on top of their head. Not the real bank balance, it's just, I imagine, I'm like, they have lots of money, they're in debt. It's a weird thing, but I don't know, picture this for a second in your head. There's money everywhere. And yeah, so the first lie that I have in my notes here is that time is money. Stop wasting time to save money. The most important/valuable thing you will ever buy with money is buying back the rest of your life. That is the financial freedom goal that I have, is basically the more money I have, the more time of my life I can buy back and the more freedom I have where I don't have to work. And so now, for example, that I have saved $10,000, for me, that's 5-6 months of I don't have to work. It's freedom for me, and that is the ultimate goal. It also says here time is infinitely more valuable than money. So saying that time is money is a lie, because if you have lots of money and you have maybe 5 days to live, what do you choose? You choose your time. And so time is much more valuable than money. Number 2 is 8 hours of work equals 8 hours of money. And it says, let someone pay you a percentage of the results you bring. And that's what I mentioned before. The economy that we live in pays you per hour. It doesn't pay you for the value that you bring. And so if you can find a way to up-level your skills and then get paid for the value that you provide, you're gonna make much more money. Number 3 is you need a degree to be successful. We live in 2026. To be exact. We don't need degrees anymore. Maybe in some occupations you do. Of course, I have a degree, it's not that I didn't learn anything in life, but I think life is the best teacher and not school. That's what I came to believe at my young age. But it says what you need instead of a degree is you need a high value mindset, skill set, and tool set to be successful. And that means a mindset is be a little bit delusional, believe in yourself, call people and ask if you can offer a service to them and see what happens. We live in a fucking video game. Just try things out. Basically provide value to people and see if you can get money for it. It's a game. Money is a game. It's not that serious. Skill set is need to learn new skills. For example, a stupid example, but editing this video is a skill set. And for example, if you have that skill set, maybe you can offer it to a YouTuber who needs help. And then, for example, you can get paid per video that you edit for them and not per hour. Number 4 is a penny saved is a penny earned. Money loses its value over time. Rich people don't save money, they invest it. When you talk about money, stop talking about pennies. So there's a German saying, and it rhymes in German, but it's if you don't value a dollar, you're not worth a penny. something like that. It's trash. Let me tell you, it's trash. Why does money lose its value over time? Because of inflation. It's just how the economy works. And if you, for example, just save your money and have it sit there and not invest it, it's gonna lose its value. Simple. Number 5 is all rich people are greedy. That is a lie. And it says poor people can be greedy and rich people can be greedy. Let me tell you another one. I grew up in a Christian household, and what I heard a lot was money is evil. What I came to learn and to realize is that money is not evil. Money is actually neutral. But what money does is, if you're a bad person and you have lots of money, you can do more bad stuff. And if you're a good person and you have lots of money, you can do a lot more good stuff. It's just that money amplifies the person that you are, and the more money that you have, the more you can either do good or bad things. But money in itself is not evil, and therefore rich people are not all greedy. I know a lot of poor people that are very greedy, and it's not helping anyone. I told myself I want to be a happy spender when I did not have money, and I want to be a happy spender when I have money. I want to make a positive impact and not be greedy ever. I think it's one of the, it's one of the most disgusting traits that you can have, to be greedy. It's just... And the last one is, life is hard and things are expensive. Just another lie that we believe. And it says everything has two sides. Everything is hard and everything is easy. We've just been programmed to look at the wrong side our entire lives. And wow, I don't know if that's mind-blowing to you, but to me it is. Because we can choose how we see life. Either everything is expensive and we're just poor our entire life, or everything is super cheap and we're gonna be rich. Like, you can choose what kind of life you want to live. And I want to live a rich life. Rich in money, rich in experiences, rich in giving back to people, rich in helping people. There's so many ways how you can have a good life and how you can have a rich life. And no, it's not just money, but it's also money. When you focus on your lack, you miss your abundance. If you always say that you're broke and you can't afford this, you focus on that and it stays like that. And if you focus on what you do have, what you can afford, you're gonna step into a life of abundance and not a lack. Abundance is already there. If you change your focus, you change your experience of life. Okay, now there's 2 more things. So the first one is poverty is a mindset and wealth is a mindset. And you can choose which one you want to live in. Do you want to stay poor for all of your life and suffer? I decided I'm not going to. I was poor my entire adult life. I never had money. If I saved a little bit, I would then spend most of it on a bigger expense. And when I lived in Australia for 5 months, I basically cried for 5 months because I was so desperate and I was, poor, because I thought there's no way out. But now I figured that there is a way out, and you can start in your head, can start escaping poverty if you start thinking differently. To me, it's mind-blowing. Our brain is amazing. You can do whatever you want in this life. So passionate about this. Okay, and now the last thing that I want to share is poor people think the primary purpose of money is paying bills and buying stuff and consuming. Middle class people buy things they can't afford. They have a bit more money, but they always just buy more things, and that's actually called lifestyle inflation. That means if you earn more money, you're just gonna spend more money, and therefore, this is very important, it doesn't matter that much how much you earn. The people around me earn much more money than me. Some of them earn double of what I earn, and I have more money on my bank account than they do, because I stopped consuming, because I stopped thinking that I deserve this. No, I want to build a future. I want to build a future of financial freedom, and therefore, whatever you earn, you can use that earning to build a better life for yourself. Okay, and the last one is rich people think the purpose of money is to turn it into more money. That part is actually called assets and liabilities. Assets are things that you buy that make you more money, and liabilities are things that you buy that take money out of your pocket. And if you want to learn more about assets and liabilities and what, for example, those things could be, I'm happy to make a video about this. And I really hope this helped you a little bit change your thinking and, maybe write down these lies like I did. Because if you write them down and then you see them, you're gonna be able to remember them better. And if you repeat this information often enough, if you read this often enough, you can actually change the way you think about money. Also, if you want to stop being broke today, I made a freebie with 20 money saving hacks for you that hopefully help you get your shit together. Okay, have a good day. Bye.